We're going live on Facebook. All right, we're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. Welcome, everybody. Betsy Walker here, therapeutic movement specialist and holistic health coach. I love helping people optimize their health through different modalities that I use, physical, emotional, and spiritual. So that's me in a nutshell. And I've been doing this for a very long time, and I love helping people. That's what I do. So today I am excited to come to you to talk to you about posture. Okay. And like I said a little bit earlier, I was on Instagram. There's a lot of things that hook into posture, right? It's not just, can I pull my shoulders back? Because how can we like walk around like this all day, right? It's kind of hard. We'd be like a statue, right? We can't do that. That's not realistic for posture. So there's really four elements that I think about when I'm talking to people about posture. Okay. So there's your core strength. You probably have all heard about core strength, right? We have to have that strength to hold our spine up. A lot of people think core is just abs, but that's not true. There's more to core than that. And that's some of the training that I do, teaching people how to get into those core muscles. There is our shoulders. So how do our shoulders sit on our rib cage? Super important for posture. All right. So that's an element. And believe it or not, our eyes, they're so huge. Where our eyes go, so goes our body. So if we look down all the time and you see older people, they look like that, and then they start to get hunched like this, right? Because their eyes are always down. So eyes up, eyes, you have to have good eye muscles to take in everything around you. And that also affects your nervous system, your cerebellum, which is your brain stem. So that's super important. Okay. So we have core, we have shoulders, we have eyes, and you're not going to believe what this one is. Can you think about it? Emotions. I know that was going to blow you away because I'm a physical coach, right? I'm talking about something physical, but the emotions are so important. This is something that I just get like so passionate about because I see how if we can change how we're feeling on the inside, it changes how we are on the outside. Okay. And you may think, okay, I'm fine emotionally. I don't want to go there. That's kind of woo-woo stuff. I'm telling you, they're just small little things can affect your posture of how you're thinking about yourself. So things like shame, guilt, sadness, blame, all of these self-condemnation. Are you hard on yourself? The reason I ask that is because I am hard on myself. I'm a high achiever. I want to do lots of things. And I look at my day and I didn't get through all the things I wanted to get through. And I'm like beating myself up. And then I realize, oh, this is not helping me, right? This is not helping my posture. So what happens with posture when we start feeling feelings that are not helpful is we start doing this. We start closing in, right? We start protecting. That's actually a protective mechanism from our ancestry. It's built into us to protect, right? So when we're not feeling well, we protect, and we end up doing this and closing in, and we get tight. Even breathing can be affected by this. Okay, so if you have good posture, you're going to have better breathing, and you're going to have better health. Right. So that's why I'm a holistic health coach, is because I can change little things like emotions, like breathing, and it's going to affect the body as well. Okay. And then, of course, I deal with the body. That's what I've been doing for almost 20 years. So, it's all together. Okay. So we're going to talk about posture in terms of core strength. Okay. So core strength is and all the other things. I'm just going to go through these fairly quickly. And then if you want more, I'm going to tell you how to get more, okay, at the end. So core strength has a lot to do with how we breathe, how we lift from our pelvic floor, if we have those pelvic floor, that awareness and that strength. It's also our back muscles up and down our spine, all the way up. All right. And then our deep internal muscles that go around our waist, like our transverse abdominis. So all these muscles, they work together in conjunction, it's like a orchestra. And if you get, one or two, you're not getting the full effect. And so then things start to break down. So core is super important. And I want to show you a tool that I use in my teaching movement that is, it's just, it's a game changer, right? This is something that I really ask my students to get and to use. I teach classes online with this. It used to be offline before COVID, but now it's online. So I want to show you this. It's a pretty powerful tool. It's called an OOV. Okay. This is just an amazing thing that I use to help people find their core muscles and train their brain to connect to those core muscles. So you can use this in many different ways. But one of the ways that I like to use it in terms of strengthening the core is you lie on it. Okay. So your pelvis is here, your shoulder blades are here, and your neck is here. Okay. So it supports your pelvis and your lower back. And it has room for your shoulders to move. Okay. So one of the elements of posture I said was shoulders, right? So we're going to get to that here pretty quick. All right. So when you're lying on this, your spine has to learn how to balance because it's tippy. So all of a sudden your brain is trying to figure out, how do I fire the right core muscles so that I can actually balance on this and move? So I have people moving their arms and their legs. We use weights, we use balls, we use bands and all sorts of cool stuff. And we have fun. That's the cool thing about it, is fun. And the class goes by like that. It's like so fast because you're concentrating really hard and your brain is learning and it feels really good. Because your spine is also elongated, right? And your diaphragm is long, so you're breathing really well. So all sorts of great holistic health benefits with this one. All right, so this is one of the tools that I love to use for core. Okay, so that's the one element of posture. The next one is shoulders. So when we're on this, a lot of times our shoulders get really tight through here because we're like this, or we're on our phone, or we're in a computer, our head's forward, right? So we need to learn how to open that up. So when you're lying here, you're really open through the front, and we can move the arms and the shoulder joint freely, okay? So I'm going to put this down, and once we have, gotten the what we call the fascia, all the tissue that connects our muscles long, elongated, and we're moving our shoulders. So pretend I'm lying on that and I'm moving my shoulders and arms and stretching all that out. Then we can start strengthening using some weights. And we use very light weights, and believe it or not, they feel like really heavy. And we move very slowly on the OOV. Okay. So that helps that posture, right? Because if we're tight here, how can we stand up straight? So that has to open up. So not only are we strengthening the core, but we're opening the shoulders and we're moving that shoulder joint. So the shoulders are healthy, and the humerus bone is back seated into the joint where it should be, right? So that's another whole lecture for shoulder health. All right. So when all that happens, guess what? The neck starts to feel better. Okay, so if the shoulders are relaxed, then these muscles, these trapezius muscles, and the muscle is a levator that goes from the shoulder blade up into the spine, those all start to relax so we can move our neck more freely, right? And when posture is not good, what happens is the head is forward, right? So we want the head back. We want that nice curve in the neck. If you've ever seen a chiropractor, that's what they're trying to do, is get that nice curve in the back. And this, I tell you, complements any chiropractic work. It's so well. It's amazing because it helps hold the position they're trying to put your neck in, because you're teaching posture. All right. So if you want to get more bang for your buck and you're seeing a chiropractor, I tell you, this is amazing. All right. So what we talked about here is we've talked about emotions. Right? We've talked about posture in terms of strength, core strength. and we've talked about posture in terms of shoulders, and we've talked about posture in terms of eyes. Okay. And I just touched on it, but eye exercises are super, super important because our eyes get weak over time as we're only looking at the screen. We're only looking in front of us. We have to use our eyes, look at a peripheral vision, and practice the eyes going back and forth, up and down, sideways, in and out. Working those eye muscles are super important, not only for, being able to see, but also for calming the brain. So you'll find that when you are doing eye exercises, that it actually helps your brain calm down and your muscles relax. All right. So those are some tips for you to have better posture. Now, if you want to really dive into this, I have some amazing packages that you can buy to actually do some introductory private work with me and then get into my classes online. You obviously will need to buy an OOV, and those are around, after shipping, around $200, and maybe some weights and balls and bands. But I would tell you the investment is amazingly, it seems cheap after you've been doing this, because you get so much benefit and you're going to be so much healthier and have less problems. And so I always tell people, unless you invest in your health and you're invested, you only have your toe dipped into the water. You need to actually go in, right? And you need to be invested in it. And you need to stay with it, because that's when you're going to get the results. I tell people they need to do work on their body, like this kind of mind-body work, at least twice a week. Even more is better, because what we're doing is we're retraining the brain, and you have to keep going to it. And it doesn't have to be like these gut-wrenching workouts like you go to the gym or a CrossFit gym or anything. This is actually very mindful work, and you'd be amazed at how strong you get over time in terms of that core strength, how you move. And then what you're doing out in the world in terms of exercise is actually going to benefit you more, and you're not going to get hurt. Right. So this is a wonderful way to get yourself holistically healthy. And so I encourage you to reach out to me. You can message me on Facebook. I'm Betsy Walker Wellness is my page. I have the Optimized Mind and Body is my group. You can join the group. I just love having people join the group. If you join the group, please answer my questions and let me know how I can help you, because then I can speak to these things that you're wanting to know about. And you can also reach out to me via email at betsywalkerwellness@gmail.com. Okay, super easy. Message me, because I love to help people be their best, be their healthiest. And there's just some simple things you can do. And it's going to change your life. All right. So I hope this was helpful. Please comment. If you're in Facebook, comment on the feed. Their Facebook algorithms are so wacky. You're not going to see my stuff unless you comment and you like. That's what they do. So if you want to see my stuff, you want more of this stuff, you got to comment. Because Facebook is not nice to us. All right. They're not nice people. So I want you to really engage, help us, help others. The more people see this stuff, the more people are going to be helped. All right. I hope you have a great week. And I'm popping in and sharing some oils, because I use essential oils in my emotional release work and my coaching. I want to share some oils to actually calm our bodies down, to de-stress in these times when I know everybody is under a lot of stress. Their necks are really tight. So this is the physical side. All right. I did talk a little bit about emotions. But I'm also going to talk about that when I pop in, I believe on Friday, when I pop in, maybe Saturday, I don't know, it just depends on my life, and talk about some oils to calm you down. All right. I hope you have a great, great week. And this is helpful. And we'll talk to you the next time I'm live, and enjoy your week.